taken off the drop top fender because I like that style of fender where I have options. My name is Scot Mendenhall. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I hope you're doing wonderful today. That dog is Wookie and he's a trail dog. We have the GT S in snow today. How's it ride? How does it handle? All of those questions are going to be answered. There's about 4 to 5 inches of snow out here. Some of it is groomed, meaning we've rode and packed it down. Some of it is not. We go fenderless in snow and highly recommend that as well, because if you don't, you run the risk of that snow packing into the fender and then slowing down your motor, which is not good. Pause there to put a mitten on, as it is 25 degrees, and when you're riding a one wheel through the trails, you create your own wind chill, and it's just downright cold to the skin. So bundled up in snowboarding gear, the shoes I'm wearing there are the MTEs from Vans. Highly recommended if you're looking for a winter wet weather shoe to purchase, to own. These are great. The soles are still somewhat soft and moldable like the Vans waffle cone, except for the MTE comes with its own grippy, very different kind of sole that allows the snow to not pack in there and create ice underneath your feet, which I highly recommend. You can just see the snow. There's something therapeutic about seeing that snow hit the lens of the camera. It is the closest to snowboarding that I can do right out my backyard without paying a ski lift ticket and all those things. That is the GT Performance tire. It is 7 inches wide, and I believe that bite does well, except for right here. Thought I would try a wooden feature. Little ice, no good, no good. I didn't really think or take into account that, oh yeah, wooden features in our trails would have a small but dangerous or slick, very slippery layer of ice. That was a problem, so we don't hit wooden features like that at the moment. That had nothing to do with the one wheel. It was just layer of ice. You can't see those things underneath the snow. The other thing about riding your one wheel in snow is the risk of backside, front side, or heel side, toe side slipping out. It's just like snowboarding. When you go down the slopes of mountains snowboarding, you really don't have any issues of backwards, right? Or front side or front flips as much as you do the falling on your butt or falling on your face. And that's really what happens here on your one wheel. It's a different learning curve of feeling that sensation of the board begin to slip out underneath. You know you're going to fall to your butt and you got to slow down or get off the board. And as you go down hills where you have, that's not a mound of snow that you just see there. That is a dirt berm, but hard to really stay on those dirt berms until you really have groomed snow that's going to hold you on there. So riding a one wheel in snow is really has a lot to do with the conditions of the trails that you're riding. If fat tire bikes have hit it or not, that's going to groom out the trails, which is going to give you much more of a bite in secure, in safety, and all those things. You're going to want to carry a brush with you when you ride any of your one wheels through snow, because the brush is going to be used to clean off your front footpad sensor as all that snow collects there and you fall off. It turns to ice and then you can't activate the board. Been stranded a few times early on in us doing this and realized the solution is some kind of wire brush to clean off the snow so you can continue to activate your board. I'm really surprised by how well this rode. I've been riding my 5-inch hub from Float Life on my GT, and it has a wet compound from Vega, which is a very, very thick, robust tread on it, and it just bites well on so many conditions, and I really thought that was going to outshine this. And to my shock, I think the 7-inch gives you more stability, and so you get less of that backside or heel side, toe side slipping out. It's really nice to have that stability in your riding conditions. And again, I'm riding up a hill there, which was impressive to even get that high. Even with the Vega, I had struggled and just started slipping. And sometimes with all the snow, you can't see the divots that you normally would see. It's just hidden. And so just got caught in one of those divots. You can see me using my shoes to scrape off the snow. I'm not far from my house, so the walk of shame if my sensors don't work any longer isn't that far, and it's not that bad. But be stuck in an actual trail system would be very unfortunate. One of the things I love about riding one wheels outside through winter, recently read a book that talked about the average American. Now, this is reserved for the United States. I don't know for your country. It's probably going to be close. But for the average American adult, men and women, they spend, it was 89% of their time inside every day. 89%. The other, what is that? 11% is reserved for walking from the office to your car or going to get the mail. That, to me, I think we need to get outside more. And so taking the opportunity to hop on your one wheel despite the conditions and getting out there riding is exciting to me. We, in this household, we have 8 kids, and we've made it a goal this year to ride our one wheels every day. Even with weather that we have with snowy conditions and negative temperatures here in Minnesota, riding every day. No excuses. Now, in winter, we have not really put mileage on it. We're saying you got to ride 2-3 miles because the weather is going to have a factor or a play in it. We have said you got to make a couple loops in our trails, and then once the conditions are right, it'll be hours. How cold it is here, it's freezing our features. This is a teeter drop. It was supposed to drop, and it's not. The teeter drop doesn't drop. It holds 155 pounds. It didn't even break free. That's how frozen things are around here. That's how hard the ground is. I thought it was gonna drop and it didn't, so it made me stumble on my one wheel, if you will. There's a top shot of what it looks like from my vantage point looking down at the one wheel once in a while. It has thrown up that snow. There's something therapeutic about seeing that snow come up. Get outside and ride. No matter your conditions, figure it out. Get out there and enjoy nature. We are meant to be outside, not stuck inside. You know, if you're struggling with mental health side of things, just force yourself to go on a walk outside. Get outside and look up to the sky. At night, look at the stars. During the day, look at the clouds. Whatever it is, just get outside. And it will just give you a little boost of energy. I'm promising you. Don't just take my word for it, I should say. Get out there and do it. Break that stereotype that the average adult American is spending 89% of their time inside. Let's not do that anymore. That's the great thing about one wheels. It does force you to get outside and ride, enjoy nature, and just feel more alive. And so, highly recommend riding the GTS series in snow. Never have I ever rode that well in the Northern Gauntlet trails in winter. I do think it has a lot to do with that tire. It's a GT performance tire. It's 7 inches wide, so it's a lot wider. Nonetheless, hope you enjoyed our debut of riding a GTS in snow. It was awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. We got more content coming about one wheels. We do a weekly podcast. This seems to be very popular, where we talk about crazy things in the world. It's just a lot of fun. So, like I said, subscribe, thumbs up, write a comment down below what you think the best tire is. This could be better than the Vega wet compound tire that I have on my GT. Even the tread is less, but I think it's the width is so much better. Wow.